just a moment, and we heard Junior mention that. Once you fire it up, you're going to shut it back off again.
Yeah.
Do not want to burn any fuel, even while you're sitting to wait to roll.
Yeah, most didn't even fire them up. So, just how far you can go. Let's just remember, with the single lug nuts, you can change 4 tires in 9 seconds. Last week, we had a pit stop, sub 9 seconds to change 4 tires. It takes 13 seconds to dump the 20 gallons of Sunoco fuel that these cars hold. So,
all right, boys and girls, attempt number 2 for the Cup race at Michigan. Pretend we were never even on here earlier.
Seeing the officials, hands going up, letting them know they're about to roll, and before they roll, let's go back to Kim.
Fire it up. Fire it up. Just after 3 o'clock local time in Michigan. Sunset's not till after 8:30, so we should be good here.
Horsepower, speed, that sort of thing. So what can we expect today for you guys? He said for us, everything has to line up to have a good day at intermediate tracks. Good days are not easy for us at this type of racetrack, and wins are even harder. So I said, what do you hope to do today then? He said, learn. The on-throttle intermediate tracks have been a little weaker than they've wanted, but they feel like they are slowly making gains on what they need. Today could be very telling for this team and what they have at some of those tracks in the playoffs and what they still need to do. Parker, they start 9th.
Right, Kim, and for
yeah, Michael, we try again. Cars are rolling. I love Tyler Reddick's Rocket League car. And Chastain's flying the stars and stripes on the front row. That's the best paint scheme. Tyler Reddick always has the speed. He just doesn't execute. He's starting to get that Chase Briscoe syndrome for me, although I think Reddick's got potential to be an all-time great. Got a little early career Kyle Larson thing going on for Tyler Reddick, you know.
Going to do so, it means we have to stop making mistakes. Tyler and I have talked about it. We know that's the intention. We just got to clean it up, Marty.
Well, Parker, as the cars rolled, the fans erupted here at Michigan. Denny Hamlin's won here at Michigan before, but it's been 12 years since he did that. Chris Gabehart was
this Mavis Tires and Brakes car is on my television screen entirely too much. It's fucking hideous.
This is probably the one track where we have run the best, so I know we are close to a win here. Gabehart's original plan during the Cup caution, which we've talked a lot about, was to not pit there. But Steve, with 7 laps earlier under caution, he said he doesn't think those cars up front will be able to not pit there. They'll have to pit at the Cup caution to be able to make it.
Let's hurry up and get this going. We checked pit road speed earlier. I say we just come around, get one to go, and let's go racing. Let's get it done. I got shit to do.
And what he means by the cars up front is the leader out there pushing air. Even the front 4 or 5 cars, their pace is just generally higher with the cleaner air, so they're going to burn more gas. But I also think that there's going to be a whole plan of keeping the cars full of fuel. It's going to be a lot to watch. I mean, listen, we're assuming they're going to run green for 20 laps. You know, yesterday in the Xfinity Series race, they couldn't seem to get the thing underway. They kept having accidents. So we'll just have to wait and see how this one kind of rolls off.
Steve, what about chatting with the driver of the 54? Can we pull him up on the radio and see?
Don't bother Ty Gibbs. He's praying. He's praying right now.
Hey, Ty, it's the NBC booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Well, I know a delayed start is never good for the competitors or the fans, but it's been a solid weekend for this 54 car. What's your outlook for the day?
Yeah, we're just going to have a good day, hopefully. I think we've got a fast sponsor, the Toyota Camry, and hopefully have a great day and dodge the rain.
Yeah, we all agree on dodging the rain. Let's talk about the surface. You're out there riding around. It looks good and dry from up here in the booth, but talk about the grip level. How cautious do you have to be here at the beginning, or can you just barrel it off?
Notice I did not start my stream until about 10 seconds after they fired engines. How many times have I been like, all right, we're on. Oh, there's Mark Ray. You know, I waited. Good call on me stopping the stream earlier.
All right, man, we'll be cheering you on and watching. Appreciate you taking the time.
Yep, thanks.
He gets us.
All right, so he just made a great point there. His teammate has chosen the inside line. Is that the line on starts, restarts that you would choose, or would you choose that high side?
You know, they talked about guys not pitting at the competition caution, and they mentioned, oh, they ran so many laps under caution earlier. Guys will probably just pit, everybody just pit there anyway. Why wouldn't you just let everybody refuel their cars? The race didn't start yet. Yeah, second try. Race looked like it was going to start earlier. Then it started raining.
Definitely not the place you wanted to be. You want to use
And now we're back.
that outside line and get the momentum.
Which is why we might not play GTA till about 8 o'clock my time, because the race is a little late. About an hour and a half late.
But I think we'll start taking some notes here on these restarts, seeing which line really wins out. And typically, if you can get the right push, I mean, that's really what it's going to come down to, that second lane. The 54 Ty Gibbs, is he going to be able to get his teammate to
There's more dark clouds forming over turn 2. I don't like that, because that's where the weather came from earlier, but whatever.
If I were picking, I know I got my teammate behind me, but I'd
Michael, did you see that clip going around on Twitter this week where there was a restart at Michigan in like 1987, and they didn't have all these strict start and restart rules like they have now, and the whole field was like 7 wide coming out of turn 4 for the green flag on a restart? It was just drop the green flag, go. As soon as that flag starts waving, go. I wish we could go back to that.
They're wide open, and I just don't think you want to run down there on the bottom and get just just kind of bogged down. The guys on the outside of you, I think you carried much more momentum on the
And we are coming to the green. That was one to go.
Also, with these cars, they don't suffer from a lack of side force on the bottom. So the car on the bottom isn't as a disadvantage as what we might see in the old car or the Xfinity race yesterday. So I think we got to get this bottom, an opportunity, right? And pay attention. Pay attention to what's happening down there. Even if you really believe in that top groove on these restarts, pay attention to what everybody else is doing and see what's working and what's not.
Great view with the lights are off on the pace car. Let's listen in to the 19. A little pep talk before the green flag.
Yes, it is, but we'll do my best out here. Good to stay up here one at a time. Appreciate everything. Good luck in there. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries, man. We'll do our best in here trying to get the strategy right.
Appreciate everything. Mark Truex Jr. Again, starting up front, and 3 wins already on the season, and announced that he will be back in 2024 to continue.
Yeah, big deal. Truex is back next year. I kind of figured he would be. With the improvements they made this year, how could Truex not come back and run another year?
Front row, Christopher Bell, the pole winner on the outside. They had to wait a little.
About an hour and 45 minutes later, here we are.
See the start. We're racing in Michigan.
On delay. Beat the rain if there's more coming later. There's nothing on the radar, but shit pops up and forms all the time. And Ross Chastain's going to have the lead here from the inside line. Clear up, clear up, clear up. Yeah, go Ross.
And clear for the lead.
Ty Gibson made the comment. I'm gonna
Is Michigan now the fastest track in NASCAR once again? Since we had the fastest qualifying speed in the last 4 years here.
Chastain now out in front of this field.
We could call Michigan the fastest track in NASCAR as far as cup racing goes.
Down into turn 3, taking away 4th spot from his teammate Ty Gibbs.
Chase, big move, 3 wide.
Teammate.
Chase Elliott just answered a question I was going to ask.
Did the rain affect the resin? Is this groove not, are we going to go back to Michigan from 5 years ago where the groove wouldn't widen out?
Truex again. I think you got to be aggressive on all the restarts, Rick.
Gibbs, go with your teammate. You could have got that 19 by that 17 if you went with him.
If your car's capable of
Yeah, he didn't need you. Well, maybe he does. Buscher's carried more speed on the outside there than I thought he would.
Make it tough on Truex. He's going to clear him off of turn 4.
And a run for Buscher now. He closes the gap between himself and Christopher Bell. What will he do with that momentum as they go into 1?
Tyler Reddick, 3 wide. Under Kyle Busch and Denny Hamlin.
With that one car down into turn
Passed
1,
them both
racing back in the pack.
with ease.
Truex back to the bottom. With Buscher again for 3rd. Down the back straightaway.
Truex under the 17 again, but 54 won't push him down the back.
Coming off a win last week at Richmond.
They could both get by Buscher.
Eager to see if they can have the pace in the race today. A completely different racetrack.
I think Truex is pretty confident in his car. I can tell by the way he's driving. He's just, every chance he gets, trying to get that 17 out of the way, trying to get by him, trying to get by him.
Buscher's come back to him just a bit.
And he's getting more and more frustrated, Rick, every time he tries to go by and can't make that pass happen. It seems like, or feels like he's got the faster car, but that's how hard it is to make a pass here on the bottom of the racetrack.
The faster car now is just barely faster.
Mentioned it, newfound speed since
I'm way faster than you by like half a tenth.
led a race. And now he's out leading laps here in Michigan is once again.
Early, this looks like 2017-18 Michigan. Finally, Truex made the pass. That was a great move.
Just wrap that white line on the bottom. They would go back to the throttle quicker and clearing.
Really surprised that outside didn't just pull down in front of the inside and get away, but Gibbs pushed Chastain so far out there he was able to clear for the lead. Now Gibbs trying to pass the 17.
Gibbs trying to stay on the side of this 17 car down the back straightaway.
You don't get as much side draft anymore, but you get a little. Truex going for second.
Trying to get by the 20 now.
Let's say at 19 looks like the best car on the
Yeah, boy, Truex looks good. Bad news, everybody. Truex is the best car. Noticeably the best car. Just passed his teammate down the straightaway, unassisted, no draft help.
See Bell trying to hang on to that spot, can't do it. This battle here rages on.
Ty Gibbs ducks back in behind the 17. We'll try again, regroup.
Bubba Wallace passing. Chase Elliott looked slow down the back the way Bubba slingshotted by him there. Couldn't clear him.
To the inside of the 9 of Chase Elliott.
Just barely clear right now, but Chase is trying to come back on that outside. Bubba's got
Clear. Just barely.
room there. Right up in front of him.
Good move,
Watch
Bubba.
that all day off of turn 4. This has been a trouble start.
Damn, Bubba's fast. Look at this car.
Big run down the front straightaway on Joey Logano.
Okay, so yeah, all the Toyotas are really good. It's only a matter of time before they're running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He takes that spot away.
They're going to have the whole top 5. If there was no comp yellow, they'd have the whole top 5 by the end of the stage. We'll see what happens at the caution at lap 20. But, man, they're fast.
Struggling right here.
Chastain's just got the clean air right now.
So now it's back, trying to make a pass down the back straightaway. Oh, up the racetrack.
Chase. Don't do the Hamlin. Go with him, 24. There's a teammate for you. That's what Gibbs should have done to Truex, and they were trying to pass the 17. They'd have both got by him. You see how it worked for Elliott and Byron passing Logano? Truex got really tight off turn 2. And it was just enough for Ross to stay in front of him.
Truex getting tight off the corner behind that wake. Just lost the downforce.
Yeah, lost a lot of momentum, and so it dropped him back about 3 car lengths as we see Denny Hamlin in the 11. Trying to work to the inside of the 12 of Ryan Blaney. There's the gap now between 1 and 2.
Toyotas are really good. I'm curious to see how Reddick fares here. He didn't qualify so well.
I agree with Dale, Rick. We watch this
Bubba qualified 11th. He's up to 6th. Truex up to 2nd.
Like a half a lane to 1 lane lower than the 1 car. Really down here in 3 and 4s where you see the difference. So at the top of the screen, watch the 1 car.
We always talk about Chevy and Ford here. When's the last time Chevrolet won at Michigan? I'm trying to think in my head.
Boy, Truex is so good, and Ross
It's been a
Chastain
while.
certainly knows that. So what's been up with Ross Chastain? Rick, you mentioned it. Since the win at Nashville, no finish better than 13th. But Phil Surgeon told me, I think we'll come to Michigan with speed. They did that. Started second, right now leading. And he told me the bottom line is we just have to execute today. We need this race. We need the momentum going into the playoffs.
Remember back to Nashville Super Speedway, we saw these two going at it, and as fast as the 19 is, Ross is good or as good at taking the air away from the 19, sort of, giving him very little options on where he can run his car and where he can find speed. It's gonna be a tough pass if Truex can make it happen.
Taking that clean air away. Well, it hasn't slowed the 19 and Martin Truex down as we take a look at the Xfinity fastest lap. It happened on lap 7 for Martin. Over 191 mile an hour average.
Race speed of an average 191, almost 192.
Fastest lap.
Let's be honest, that's really good for modern cup racing.
He's watching that 19, seeing where he's making time, what lanes he likes to run. And he's going to try to take those lanes away. Anytime Truex gets close, he's going to go wherever that 19 is. That's going to make it really, really hard. It's going to take away
They're a second and a half ahead of Bell in 3rd. Truex definitely faster, but by how much?
Gap is closed
Enough to
once
make the
again.
pass.
Martin Truex
He's closed the gap again.
lap after lap to pick away
Better
at
off
that
at 2.
lead.
It took him this long to get back to Ross after getting tied off of turn 2 just once. Ross pulls him down the backstretch. So I think turn 2 is where Truex is not as good as he needs to be. Into 3, out of 4, really good. But out of 2, he's missing something. Look at him close here out of 4.
Ross Chastain didn't even have a top 5 as far as fastest lap last time by. Well, it started a little bit.
And commercial. When we come back, we'll have a caution.
But the engine got fired back up really soon. It's the NASCAR Cup Series Racing presented by Golden Corral.
Do I think Bubba can make the playoffs? Absolutely. Bubba's going to finish top 10 today. He'll be really good at Daytona. And yeah, he's not the best road racer, but go look at some of his results on some road courses. Like, he got a top 5 at Indianapolis last year. Remember? So just got to not make mistakes, and he'll finish 15th or better on the road courses. I don't expect a win or a top 5 on road courses, but he's going to be really good today because if he got a caution late last year, he was going to win this race. Oh, Kyle Busch spun out. We got a caution. Looks like he's got some left rear damage. Damn, Kyle. Sorry about that moment of silence. I went to get some food. And yeah, Kyle pushed up, got into Blaney, spun out. Left rear into the wall pretty damn hard.
See right here, Kyle has forward momentum.
I hope this counts as the comp yellow.
You get up the racetrack, starts up the racetrack. That contact you spoke about just gets him turned around. And contact in the wall. Not sure how much damage.
Nobody did anything wrong. Blaney gave him plenty of room. It was just Kyle's car pushed. Yeah, they weren't even close. Kyle's car got really tight.
I'm surprised by that because we've seen a lot of cars using that bottom groove and being pretty stable. But he went in the turn and the car just looked like it come out from under him.
See that happen to Kyle Busch is pretty shocking.
Unfortunately, he chased it up into the 12, and I think he saves that if the 12's not there. It's not something that we've seen a lot this year or last year with this car. Typically, but beside someone, they drive really well, but with the contact, you know, that's what started this issue. Normally we would see this, and that would be air. You know, air would be pulling downforce off that inside car, and it would wreck it, spin out, lose control. But in this case, that contact is what, in my opinion, that's what got this thing started. And Kyle Busch he was extremely excited. I talked to him this morning. He felt really good about his car. Felt like he had
Of course, they
great
felt good about
speed
their car. They won
yesterday.
Fontana, and this track's the most similar thing we have to Fontana.
Let's listen in to Ryan Blaney's radio.
What do you think was going to happen there? I mean, luckily we didn't get wrecked too. Yeah, we're lucky.
Glad he didn't take Blaney out.
I mean, could Ryan Blaney have done anything different? As the 8 is going to go behind the wall, and Stevie would be on the DVP, right? So
he's done.
Out of the race.
The 8's out of the race.
That left rear
Your
damage
point,
probably
I
screwed that
also
rear
thought
end
he
up
looked
so
really
bad.
good in practice, but he started 8th. He fell all the way back to 14th. He was making his way back up to 11th before he had that accident, but obviously something early on, not quite as what we expected for the 8 car. I didn't see him losing spots early.
Joe Gibbs racing yesterday in the Xfinity race took the last car victory. Today, Kyle Busch wins last car.
Cars out of the race early. Well, NASCAR Drive. That's your live race day companion. You can follow your favorite drivers with access to their in-car cameras. Customize your tire streaming experience. Visit NASCAR.com/drive or download the NASCAR mobile app to watch all the action.
You know, you can use that NASCAR mobile app to take Kyle Busch and put him in your garage if he's on your fantasy team.
Fantasy.
This is disappointing.
Michael, I hope Kyle Busch was not on your fantasy team.
So good in practice.
But surprising. I think we heard Ryan Blaney say what did he think was going to happen. Surprising that we see this early on in this race. This is going to be the competition caution also, right, Steve?
Yeah, so I expect
Truex stays out. Gibbs stays out. Busher stays out. Bubba, Chase, Blaney, Suarez.
We'll see split decision. No,
Yeah.
10 or 12 cars have stayed out.
Split the field here.
Marty.
You called it, Steve. You're going to see a lot
Truex's
of
cars stay fast. Why not stay out?
Cars come down pit road. Ross Chastain coming down saying, I need more turn at the 3/4 mark. Just too tight. Christopher Bell said, a little too tight to fire off, but pretty happy with the car the longer they ran. The other thing to take into account here, I know they didn't want to come here at the comp caution as Chastain wins the race off pit road of those who
Well,
did.
Marty, nobody wants to come early.
A little bit higher today. Speed's a little bit quicker, so they're going to need that fuel.
Yeah, Marty, it looked as though 11 cars
Two tires
stayed
stops.
out. So we'll see if that pays off, that strategy. It didn't work out for Kyle Busch.
The guys that stayed out did the right thing. Everybody that pitted just took 2. You had Kyle Busch in one of your lineups. I probably would have had him in mine today, too. Damn, I was hungry. God, I feel like I'm getting old. I stood up just now and like tweaked my knee. I don't think I tore anything, but I was like, ugh. I hate when I stand up and I'm aware of my knees. You shouldn't be aware of your knees. They should just be something that exists. Start getting older, you start to become more aware of your knees. Big Ten Saturday.
2x2 once again as the cars are
coming to the
chasing after
green.
pace car and something you don't
Martin
normally
Truex,
see
Ty
in
Gibbs, Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher,
we're about to go
Suarez, Bubba Wallace, Brad Keselowski, Ryan Blaney stay out. So 11 cars stayed out, rest of the field pitted. And Kyle Busch is in a garage.
go green again.
There, you're all caught up. Truex is out front. I think staying out here is the right call.
Row one. Back underway, short a car, and Kyle Busch in
Poor
the
Kyle.
garage as we see a big push from the
2-car
second
tandems
from
off into
Buescher.
turn 1. Buescher got really tight, though. Didn't matter. Truex carried the speed and passed Gibbs around the outside. Buescher got really tight in that corner. Bubba's up to 4th.
First 4 cars cars all in line, and here comes to the inside of that 9, Chase Elliott.
Christopher Bell making a big move there. Oof.
12. Ryan Blaney.
Christopher Bell, don't wreck yourself. Challenge impossible.
Again, 11 cars stayed out under this caution.
He's been good at that lately.
We'll keep an eye on Ross Chastain. He's running 11th now after the restart as we see Elliott now to the inside of that 12.
Elliott's got to get these points. And more importantly, Michael McDowell is not in the top 10 right now. It's just who Chase has to gain on. I think Gibbs and Chase both are hoping that McDowell has a bad day. Bubba Wallace looking under Busher for third.
We can already see how aggressive these drivers are going to be today.
I know one thing, if Truex gets out front, it's going to be a very dull race
Steve, your point, I think
as he begins to pull away.
2 tires, they don't really know what the car is going to do. I mean,
I don't think the gain from taking 2 tires is enough to warrant pitting there.
lap of the race, which means it takes a while for these tires to get going.
Ooh, Suarez started pushing up the track just like Kyle Busch did with Blaney.
Everybody's still learning that.
He was underneath Chase.
One thing I am confident is your car is going to drive better at the front, regardless of the number of tires. Back here where you see the Chastain, his teammate, the 99 of Suarez right there, the 6, all of those cars in the middle of the pack, it's going to be very kind of slipping and sliding right there. And this is what you got to do.
I don't understand pitting there unless you're just not happy with your car.
And then they spread out in the corner. Here we go. Logano. Big run.
Harvick had a massive run, just nowhere to go.
Got all the way up to the back. Yeah, Kevin Harvick, we were riding along.
That's way in the back, though. I was like, damn, what a run. Hell, he's running 27th. He must have taken 4 tires there.
So far has been very un-Kevin Harvick-like at Michigan. I was expecting
Last week was very un-Harvick-like at Richmond, so this is 2 weeks in a row, 2 of his best tracks. Not liking what I'm seeing. Oh, damn, he's getting passed by Corey LaJoie and Justin Haley and Todd Gilliland around the outside. Just 3 cars passed Harvick all at once down the front stretch.
Justin Haley in the 31 also working his way on the low line.
And you're not seeing a lot of gains from the guys that pitted.
Tyler Reddick in the
Chastain
45.
seems to be faring the best. He's not.
And had gotten to the back bumper of the 12 of Ryan Blaney, but now we'll see if he can do anything with it. Parker.
And Rick, keep an eye on this one because it was the start of the race when Tyler Reddick started 15th in the first 3 laps. He got to 11th very quickly. Then he went to pass Ryan Blaney, didn't complete the pass, and fell all the way back to 15th. They're now up to 6th after staying out there on that pit cycle. But that's the thing. His team came on radio after that and said, no more Mr. Nice Guy. We need you to be aggressive and clearing yourself to that top lane. See if he gets a better shot at Ryan Blaney here. Now up for the top 5, Marty.
Parker, Ross Chastain, the furthest running forward of those who came to pit road at lap 17. They took right side tires. Phil Surgeon saying he wanted to put his driver.
Did you just call Ross Chastain a Ford? That's a Chevrolet, man.
Those right side Goodyear tires, but Steve, those who did not pit, I just checked in with Matt McCall, the crew chief of Brad Keselowski, they did not pit. He said it is extremely close to us being able to make it to the end of the stage on fuel.
Well, extremely close to make it, and then when they do get to the end, they have to decide how much fuel to put in. If they want to fill their tank up, they got to lose spots on pit road, but that's still 20 laps to go. First,
3 wide, Logano, Stenhouse, Allmendinger. Logano must have taken 4 tires to be that far back. There were some 4-tire guys, but the majority. Oh, Corey! Diving in there 3 wide. Man, 22nd place means a lot to Spire Motorsports, as you can tell by that move. Let's say, what a way for Corey to celebrate his contract extension by causing a massive crash early in the race. Would have been funny. Corey LaJoie is going to be racing for 22nd in the Cup Series for a long time to come. He just got a contract extension.
Really good in practice, but he was the one car we saw have an issue. Got high, made contact. They were able to qualify, but they had to put a rear bumper and a right rear quarter panel on. For that reason, he had to start in the back.
It's so funny how the effects of the draft get worse and worse the further you go through the field, but like the top 5 gets strung out real easy.
LaJoie forward, and now he's going by that 31 of Haley.
I love Harvick's car. I love that Busch Beer car. It's my favorite.
Todd Gilliland,
The orange Busch Beer car. I love how it stands out. You can see it a mile away.
Rider in the 42 is Josh
Whoa,
Barrett.
Allmendinger. Way up the track. He's trying to get a head start on going to Indianapolis, obviously.
That the 8 had, but the 8 had the 12 to his outside earlier. Allmendinger, to your point, Junior, about if he could have saved it, Allmendinger used every bit of racetrack, was able to keep his car going the right direction.
Yeah, we wonder how much grip's way above the treated part of the racetrack. We've seen cars in big trouble in turn 3 and 4. It's a little bit dusty up there. I think the track's a little cleaner down in 1 and 2.
Guys, it's just a great reminder of how on edge these drivers are as we check with our Ashley Furniture on the move driver, Corey LaJoy. And Steve, you point out that car was fast.
Corey LaJoy gained 12 spots since the restart. Bubba gained 7.
They said he just went over just that little bit and couldn't quite catch it. And that's how on
Actually, it's just the start of the race. Bubba gained 7.
He makes a move here on Giovanni down to turn 3. They are on the razor thin edge, being able to control these race cars around Michigan.
I had a conversation with Ryan Sparks in the garage as they were repairing this car, and he said what the next step for Corey in his driving career is he has to push so hard for the equipment they can provide in year 1 and year 2. Now that the equipment is faster, he needs him to almost try a little less. Don't try to get that last half of tenth when they have a fast race car, because the damage and the extra work puts them further behind.
See how that 5 car looked like he was beat off the corner until he gets closer to the 20, and then 20 has to almost lift off the gas. It makes him tight. Really interesting to watch these cars kind of interact and engage with each other in the corner.
Larson and Bill are really close. Ooh. Larson got loose. He stayed off of Bill. That's all that matters.
Yeah, everybody trying to get around.
Getting help from Denny Hamlin now.
Probably trying to catch his breath. As we saw the 11th
Cindric passed him.
Hamlin get right up to him, cut him a little bit of a break there.
It's for about
He needs to. He owes him a bit.
13th or 14th place.
He's trying to repay a little at a time from what happened at Pocono. Kim, what you got on that 5?
At 5 reporting, he's just too loose to do what he wants
Both
to
my
do.
picks are running 15th and 16th. My race bets. It's a long day. Toyotas are fast. I'm confident Hamlin will be a factor. Ain't no way Hamlin will be that far off from his teammates. It's a track position thing right now.
Larson has fallen back to 15th. He was up there fighting for 12th. As right behind him has Austin Cindric, and we mentioned earlier, early out of this race, Kyle Busch. Parker's with him.
Oh boy, Kyle Busch interview.
Release from the infield
What a
here,
bummer.
Sarah.
He looks thrilled.
What happened there beneath the 12 of Ryan Blaney? I just hate I put myself in a bad situation for all my guys, everybody at RCR, and all the work that goes into building these things, you know, just trying to make a pass, and I don't know, yeah, just... Was that an overly aggressive move on your part? Or
No shit.
Squeeze you at all? I'm sorry? Was that an overly aggressive move on your part, or did you feel like the 12 squeezed you at all?
No.
I mean, you try to race and you try to run side by side, and I don't know. It's really
Blaney never even came close.
I washed up, so it's all my fault. These cars are pretty much on edge right now. I mean, you're going through the corner at 180 miles an hour, so I'd say so. They're pretty fast. Definitely, guys. They're on edge out there.
That was one of Parker Kligerman's worst interviews. He's a driver. He knows better than to ask stupid questions.
The millisecond, they lose grip.
So, Kyle, they on edge out there? What the fuck do you think? See a guy like Kyle Busch just lose his mind early in a race and wreck.
Nervous to drive, and that's what he's talking about. Is that they feel great.
So for you playoff bubble watchers, McDowell is 18th, while Elliott and Bubba are in the top 10, and Ty Gibbs is running second.
Daniel Suarez in the 99, working his way
That's
up
your
the
bubble
inside
watch.
line of Chase Elliott, moving forward. Mark
Although
Truex
Elliott just
Jr.
lost a spot to Suarez. I want to get more food, but they're doing the little side-by-side thing, so I guess I'm just going to sit here. Because I don't want to miss nothing. Oh, Chase Elliott just blew a tire and wrecked. Chase had a tire go down. He just wrecked in turn 1. Oh, wow. Right rear tire blew out on Chase Elliott's car. He's done. I'll be right back. back. I'm getting food.
Immediately it went around. Big hit for Chase Elliott. Watch the sparks fly out from underneath this car. See right there, right rear tire came apart, and he's along for the ride right now.
He was a team that decided to not come to pit road, but I don't think anyone expected ahead of any sort of tire issues. This is the same right side tire we've run here in Michigan before. You mentioned it, just a big, big rear impact, very square in the rear bumper, and you see the back of this car. Unlike last year, you see some deformation. You see right there, the back of the car has squeezed into the rear glass. Still a huge hit, but it's good to see the car take some of the impact. You said it, Jeff, right down on the wheel. Zero control, zero chance for the 9.
And you have to wonder now, obviously, Chase Elliott, we keep talking about him being in the points. Could he point himself in? This clearly is going to put him in a position where he has to win. Saw that wall move when he made contact. And I also wonder if this doesn't make people nervous. We talk about tires being faster. You don't need new tires. But does this put a little doubt in people's minds? Afraid
Yeah, it's interesting to see just a right rear tire blow out like that.
And the team got on the radio and reassured Chase there was nothing you could have done in that situation. You did everything right. It was just the rear tire. Spotter Eddie DeHaan got on the radio right
Chase
after
Elliott
the hit.
fans are going to be sending death threats to Goodyear now.
On the radio, heard him try and catch his breath before he said, I think I'm okay. So definitely a hard hit for Chase. And
That was a harder hit than it looked like.
Needing points versus needing a win coming into this race, and this obviously puts them in a situation where they likely need a win in the last 3 races before the season, the regular season is over, and they had been very optimistic about what they brought this weekend. So a frustrating day for this team, no doubt.
And we see the
Curious to know what caused the tire failure. The
The
hood's up on Michael McDowell.
Go to the infield care center, so that's what
He got some
Chase will do. Even
splitter
though he
damage,
drove
maybe?
into the garage, he'll get checked out as we see the 34. Remember, Michael McDowell right there on the cut line as far as the playoff standings, and they've had some issues here as they're putting some tape now on that splitter. Marty.
Yeah, Rick, the nose is damaged for Michael McDowell, and boy, all the drivers below the cut line all of a sudden having trouble here with Chase Elliott and now Michael McDowell. They had a decent run going, but they said they hit someone on the racetrack, maybe on the last restart, and
They had the hood up, and then they were working on the splitter.
So they came in, you see that tape going on just to tape that up, but Michael McDowell below.
You lose anything off that splitter, your day's done.
Make the playoffs with some early damage here at Michigan.
You can see how severe the damage was. Now
Pit road's open. Busher, Riddick, Blaney, Chastain, Byron, Bell, Bowman, Hamlin, Jones. A lot of cars pitted here.
Coming to pit road, Parker.
Right, you see Chris Busher come down here. This should be 4 tires here for the 17 as they come around. Just fighting a little bit of a loose race cars. You see many of these cars on edge as we go through this, not waiting on fuel. Also on pit road, the bottom of your screen there, Tyler Reddick, which was 4 tires as well, Kim.
And Ryan Blaney, top left, he just needs a little bit more stability in that race car. Remember, he was one that said you have to be very brave to commit here to the line you're running. 4 tires, no go fuel for Ryan Blaney.
You see Christopher Bell at the front end of pit road saying he wanted a very slight adjustment here. The one thing here, Steve, is that makes the next stop for all these teams that came here much shorter, hoping to gain track position, which is going to be the key.
Well, I'd say now Chase is going to have to win to make the playoffs. What do you think? Safe bet?
You get those points as you see Chase Elliott, as you mentioned, Rick, taking that mandatory ride to the infield care center.
Have a restart and just a few laps left in stage 1. But the caution comes out for Chase Elliott, slamming the wall in 3 and 4.
It's one of them direct rear impacts. I'm not surprised he was shaken up. You could see the car was bent more, but it's still nothing like the old car where you'd want to back into the wall before anything else. Now it's one of the worst things that can happen to you. Of course, then again, at the end of the day, there's no good way to hit a wall. Especially when you're 180 miles an hour in the middle of the corner. happened? Chase Elliott blew a right rear tire and wrecked. He's out of the race. He thought he was not going to listen to me, and then I took a step and he went, oh, and jumped out of the chair. Do I smell stage winner Bubba Wallace? 6 to go. Truex and Bubba on the front row. I'd love to see Bubba get the stage win. Need all the points he can get. Outside's definitely surging forward with Truex and Gibbs. Good news is they're 3 wide behind all the Toyotas. What a stack up. 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide, 4 wide, 3 wide, 3 wide. That's the field from 4th on back.
The winner right now in all this is Bubba Wallace.
Bubba into second.
Ty Gibbs as well, sitting there in 3rd. Suarez trying to get into the top 5 here. All 3 of those.
The end of this stage is going to be even more interesting. The guys that just pitted should stay out. That'll at least put Truex in some damn traffic. 4 wide. Logano, Byron, Busher, Stenhouse.
Logano all the way down to the apron. And then number
For about 13th place. God, what a mess. Christopher Bell's way up on the top. Way up on the top, 3 wide.
We see a little debris flying around the track
The
there.
hell was that? Hopefully nothing's going to cut a tire, unless it's Truex's tire.
Now Ross Chastain moves to the inside. He's going to pass 2 cars.
Man, Michigan's fun again. You know, I love this track.
It's not just the crazy speeds, it's these abrupt moves. As you mentioned, Chastain, you know, a big move to the inside, passes 2
3
cars,
wide Penske cars.
that the 2 instantly has in the
Push
middle,
coming to
and
Logano on the
goes
top.
to the top, and the 22.
With Bell and Reddick behind Logano.
What happened to Blaney? And that 12 car, that bright yellow car on the bottom, he had a big run.
Eric Jones,
Being 3 wide on
12th.
the bottom, lost all the momentum, and now look at that move by the 45 car.
Reddick, power move. Slide up in there. Ooh.
Got 2 cars
Just in front of Bell.
Bell's going to do a crossover though down the back straightaway, but he runs up on the back bumper of Chastain into turn 3.
That's hard racing.
Slide job by Tyler Reddick and
Oh, Ross pushed up the track.
Oh, he puts Reddick way up in the dirt. Both drivers out of the gas.
Stacking up behind him.
moved up the track. Now the 22 is going to push Tyler Reddick down the front stretch.
Ross and Cindric look like they're standing still.
Such a decision you have to make. How do you get on the outside of somebody? If you can get on the outside of them, you can kill their momentum. You try to make a move on the bottom and it doesn't work, then they just pile up on the outside and go back by you.
Truex with a 7/10 of a second lead over Bubba Wallace. And it's 1.3 seconds back to Gibbs. Keselowski, Suarez 4th and 5th. The real fighting around this racetrack is back. 10th back, a really close call.
Logano's
there.
leaning on
You can
Reddick.
see almost contact between the 22 of Logano and Reddick.
Yeah, he's trying not to get passed on the outside there by both those cars. Trying to get as tight as he can to slow him down. Lost momentum here on the inside of Priest, and now his teammate coming up behind as well to take another spot. He's going to lose more spots down the back straightaway, Rick. 3, 4 spots. Oh, man, it's so frustrating watching all those cars go by. Back up front, the 99 underneath Brad Keselowski.
Yeah, Keselowski's 4th.
Larson lurking
And I
there.
finally have a race bet in the top 5 as Larson makes a pass for 5th with 1 to go.
Final lap of stage 1. And Kyle Larson can't quite clear
Larson,
but he
5th.
still moves up the racetrack.
The 48, 1 lane lower, half up, back, down, half back, you're good.
Look at the momentum Suarez has.
Go get him back. No run out back here, nothing behind the 48.
How aggressive will he be as they go into 3? on the inside, but Mark Truex
Stage winner MTJ.
and he's going to win stage
Bubba
one.
Wallace second.
Off turn
Uh-oh, who hit the wall? William Byron hit the wall.
William Byron.
God damn, Hendrick.
Hard contact.
Byron slow on the track now.
Did Byron finish?
Comes out for the end of the stage as well as the 24.
Corey LaJoy and Eric Jones got stage points.
And just shot into the wall. I don't know if there's contact from another car.
I saw the same thing, Dale, right? It was the 11 and Denny Hamlin, the 7 and the 24. Let's take a look at it. Exactly what happens. Oh, a big wiggle.
Byron got back in the gas, got crazy loose. Couldn't save it.
It got into the wall.
He was trying to stay clear of the 7. Wow.
Just got out.
I'm almost done stuffing my face. Looking at the right side. Byron's car barely has a scratch on it, but he hit so hard, shit has to be broken.
Wings and fried chicken at Golden Corral. Only one for everyone. Sonic Classic Shakes, just $1.99 all day for limited time only in Sonic. And by the new movie Gran Turismo, based on a true story, only in theaters August 25th. Follow @BushBeer on Twitter, and you can tweet #BreakForBush, #sweepstakes during every commercial break for your chance to win $2,500 as we ride along with Kevin Harvick. A lot of work going on with the 24 car of Byron.
Yeah, and I think it seems like a lot of the hand signals of some terminal issues. We'll see if they'll be able to get it repaired. And now the leaders of Truex, Wallace, Gibbs, Keselowski, great stage. But now you have to kind of pay the Piper Parker. It's time to put fuel in the front 4.
Right, it's a big stage for Bubba Wallace, that 23 team netting second place stage points there. He's told the team the car was handling great, but even at the end of that stage, since they didn't pit, they were asking him to save a little bit of fuel when he was comfortable in second place here. As you'll see, this be a longer stop, having to fill it full of fuel.
Y'all them guys that hadn't pitted yet really having to take their time on gas here. Busher wins the race off pit road. These guys are so far back, they better have all taken 4. Busher took 9, everybody else took 4. Oh yeah, Austin Hill's in this race. Didn't even realize Austin Hill was in this race.
For him, certainly a long time, and a ton of cars stayed out. For William Byron, he told Rudy Fugel, I have no idea what happened. I just went into the wall. There's certainly right front damage. There is right rear damage as well, Steve. And now they're on the clock. So all these playoff contenders with trouble here early at Michigan today.
Difficult start for the 24 team as well. And now for a special look at Gran Turismo, only in theaters August 25th.
It's dangerous. You're going to be forced to make split-second decisions that could cost you your life.
Mute. I'll wait to make sure that leaderboard's right. I mean, I think the leaderboard's right. I think it makes sense. Everybody's on different strategies. There's like 3 different deals going on throughout the field. This is a long stage. This stage is 75 laps. How do y'all feel about NASCAR's thing with stages now? They make the first stage short, second stage long, third stage slightly longer than the second. Did you like it better when it was 2 medium-sized stages and then half the race for the third stage? I mean, either way, I actually kind of like the shorter first stage, longer second, longer third. Like, it just gets longer and longer as the day goes. Maybe they do that because it's opened up all these strategy opportunities. Hey, it's an NFL commercial. Oh, September 7th, I need you. September 7th, I need you. Please get here. September 7th, come on now. I'm thinking this year I might buy a little cheap cable subscription for my Xbox so I can get NFL Red Zone on Sundays. Because Dylan's mom had something last year. I still have it on my Xbox. I have the app downloaded. I can't remember the name of it, but it gets NFL Red Zone, and I want to have that while I'm watching the race.
Chase Elliott checked and release from the infield care center. First of all, that was a hard hit. Chase, you feeling all right?
Yeah, I feel good. Hate it happened. Obviously, just really early, in the day to have a tire blow like that. It was really weird. So bummer, but not surprised.
No warning.
Not surprised, he says.
No, not at all. I mean, we were obviously we stayed out, but no, I don't even feel like I was being hard on it. So unfortunately, not. Just add it to the list.
I know you coming in here in a precarious position. Points.
NBC's not going to leave them alone until they get a soundbite.
Need to win these couple races to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, I told you all that the week I got back, so nothing's changed.
I think he's getting tired of answering the question.
Even at the best of times, Chase Elliott's a boring interview, but when it's bad, he's even worse.
He thinks they need to win.
So, Bowman, Eric Jones, Tyler Reddick, Denny Hamlin, Austin Dillon, Christopher Bell, Austin Centric, and Ryan Blaney. They're up front. And the 24 is about to be out of the race on the DVP. So that's 2 Hendrick cars and an RCR car out of the race.
The implications here, they really felt like they still had a shot at the regular season title. That's going to be an awfully...
Yep, regular season points are fucked. Now it's all Hamlin and Truex at this point. Kyle Busch wrecked, bad day. Chastain's fell off the face of the earth points-wise. It's down to Hamlin versus Truex for the regular season championship. And Hamlin, one of my race bets, is 4th on this restart. Quarter of the way through the race. Hooray.
And stage 2 is underway.
48 looks good out front. Ain't seen that in a while. Ooh, the 3. Austin Dillon. Austin Dillon's car's out of control right now. Oh, 43 doored to 48. 48 didn't like that very much. I could tell by the way he's chasing the 43 down the track. Yeah, aggressively side draft. He literally just hit him. Don't give him a fucking inch, Bowman. Oh, middle of the pack. Oh, it's Josh Berry. Josh Berry just wrecked. Well, new driver, same results for the 42 today. Damn. Attrition in this race. I was looking at the crazy 3-wide battle for third, and I heard Burton go, "Oh, we got a spin."
I saw him.
I guess it's killed.
He was just being really aggressive on the restart through 1 and 2. Got into the.
I was waiting to see how the 48 and 43 were going to race each other this next lap.
Wild restarts. It's just crazy how aggressive you have to be, and this is the result. It's just hard racing.
Yeah, AMR safety team. We see them attending to Josh. Take another look at what happened.
He's just on the bottom of the racetrack and.
Just got loose between 2 cars and wrecked. It's amazing he didn't take out anybody else. Look at Ty Gibbs. Woo! Right in front of Ty Gibbs.
Nice job at the 54 realizing what was happening in front of him, getting out of the gas. Another big rear impact.
Michigan, the testing ground for the new rear clip.
This
I don't want to be in traffic today. I know that you don't want to be in traffic any race day, but all that turbulent air and tire problems and unstable race cars. Track position is key. I don't care what tires we're on. Keep me at the front.
And there's not any cushion, Junior. When it snaps around, it's gone. And it's just almost impossible to
stay out as much as you can.
In the race with Kyle Larson, I was shocked he saved it. It just comes around and happens so quickly. We just saw William Byron. His day is over. These things, they feel great right up to the point they don't.
And that was a big change in the tire from a couple of years ago that shortened up the sidewall, and that's where the drivers talk about that box and that forgiveness is much smaller now. And Josh and a lot of experience.
Glad Josh is okay. He sounded pretty cheerful for a guy who just wrecked. So.
And he was hoping to learn even more. I talked to Josh in the garage this morning and said, "What's the goal for today?" Just kind of being thrust into this seat this weekend. He said, "Keep the fenders on it. Run every single lap, learn as much as I can for next season when I'm running full-time Cup." So early into a day when he was wanting to fill his notebook for next season.
Look, I know it's not the result he wanted, but he's still learning. I mean, we learn by trying. We learn by making mistakes. I mean,
do or do not. There is no try.
A young race car driver in the Cup Series is you have to push yourself past your limit to find it, and this is part of the process. We've seen every driver go through this part of the process where you have to be willing to do these things. If you're not willing to drive aggressively, drive and get over your limits from time to time, you're never going to reach full capacity. So,
pit road's open. Anything going to change here? Not in the top 10, it's not. Like I said, track position. Keep me at the front.
On the pit road. Some those in the back of the field, you might want to make a few adjustments, but this caution comes out for Josh Berry behind the wheel of the 42. It gets loose, and around it goes.
Worth pointing out that a week ago, all 36 cars finished. We're down 4 already today. I got to start watching that NFL quarterback show on Netflix. I don't know why the hell I'm not watching. I'm hungry for football content right now. Iceberg just said, "Good God, this race is wild. Nobody is safe." I agree. Ozzy. Fucking Goodyear costing Chase Elliott's playoffs.
NBC Sports coverage of NASCAR on USA is brought to you by Credit One Bank, the credit card company, and by the new...
Karen, it does not fucking matter if he was a criminal. The man was murdered in cold blood by a police officer. It's not funny. It's not okay. It's not funny to laugh at. Noah Gragson got suspended because he deserves it. and he was going to get fired anyway. So
William Byron.
we just expedited the process by learning about what a true piece of shit he is to think something like that's funny.
Then a later yellow, then the stage end. It's kind of jumbled the field up, right? We have
Guy got
Jones,
murdered.
now,
End of
all
story.
guys
It's
in the front,
wrong.
Pitted at lap 37,
And
they've
that's
cycled
it.
their way to the front. You see the stage points are of Truex, Bubba, Ty, Keselowski. What's the penalty? The penalty is they were then on the second half of the pit cycle, and for that reason, here you go.
I'm sure the sponsors got wind of that and was like, fuck this guy.
Back in the field currently. You see, I think right now the farthest up of all the cars that finished is Chris Buescher.
And no, he was not a hero. He was a victim. He was murdered.
But this is that very precarious time for those guys that stayed out in stage one. Now, I think it was a good decision to get the points, but now they have to make their way through the field without getting caught up in one of these accidents.
It has been sketchy. We've seen cars just break free on their own. Alex Bowman once again on the outside. Eric Jones on the inside. Back up through the gears.
A lot of shoving in that top line. Got the 48 out front. Clear the 43 before he doors you again.
20 trying to catch up to back bumper. That 48 can't get there. Tyler Reddick giving the 43 a shove.
Damn, Reddick.
And right
Big push.
down in
And
front of
half the
the
field's 3
43,
wide again.
Alex Bowman wins.
Here comes the 20.
Woo!
Christopher Bell's got a good
Thread the
run.
needle there off a 2 to get in front of the 43 and not lose any momentum catching the 48.
Inside here. Down to the inside of turn 3. Can he get up alongside? Bowman. He's there. Bowman's going to carry the momentum. 3 wide back there behind him. Going to sort himself out.
Bowman serpentining down the front stretch.
Serpentining. Wow.
Cars behind him is Ross Chastain.
What a move by Ross.
The racetrack. He tried
Didn't
to
get a whole lot.
Allmendinger.
Logano almost walled the 14. Almost, but not quite.
Moves already out of Ross Chastain. We've seen it a few times.
Being 6th or worse in this race has got to be terrifying. You want to be top 5, because when you're not top 5, you're going to get stuck in this.
Back here in this back half of the field. So these guys are so desperate to get out of this dirty air back here. The closer you get toward the front, the better your car's going to drive.
Karen, there's nothing that needs to be righted. Noah Gregson's a piece of shit who thought it was funny that somebody was murdered. The end.
There he is. Trying to work himself back up through the
He
field.
thought it was funny. Well, he can think it's funny while he's sitting on his ass without a ride.
Strong as he fights back up to the 17th position.
Nobody's going to miss the guy who ran 30th every fucking week.
Track today as he goes by Corey LaJoy. Now sets his sights on the 22 of Logano. Saw Larson get out of line there in the 5.
Why do we need a civil war? The people that are pissed off in this country are the people that lost the first civil war. They want to lose another one?
Larson comes down to stop that momentum.
But we're not fucking talking about that today.
Joy back there. Trying to control the field as well. Showed some good speed in the 7 car after the accident earlier in the weekend.
There, Martin Truex Jr. able to complete the pass on Logano.
Truex has the best car here, but he's stuck in traffic now. We'll see if they can strategize their way back to the lead here. It's going to be hard to do it under green.
About that race car, when I talked to the team this morning, they said they were about one of what they thought was 4 or 5 cars.
I couldn't tell you who's on the right strategy right now, but the 48 looks good out front.
Picking off other drivers should also note
And one of my race bets is 4th, so I'm content.
49 and 53. Their strategy was a little bit different. They were in the second half of the field, so their tank a little bit fuller than the other guys out there.
Yeah, he's flying. He's, full of fuel and he's fast.
I don't know why Harvick's been so bad on restarts this year.
He is just turning left and going by guys. He's alongside Kyle Larson now, but you can see the
He's getting abused today by cars with half his speed, though, because of the draft effect in the middle of the pack.
He's just going there, Parker. And catch up with Williams.
If you're not 5th or better, you're not happy right now.
Getting loose to just get loose front yet? Yeah, just trying a little too hard. Trying to get some safe points and just stepped away. We were kind of free for the most part of the day to that point, and just kind of surprised me, but it's a mistake. Driver needs to do better. You guys are in contention for the regular season points championship
NBC's so upset that they can't get William Byron to throw another driver under the bus because, unfortunately, he just busted his own ass. Denny's right. NBC fishes when they do their. They don't let those interviews end until they've exhausted every possible question to try to get a rise out of you.
I like that. I want my driver to be aggressive, but that
Old Dennis going for third.
so hard to define as we see 11 of Denny Hamlin going by Eric Jones, and so Hamlin now up into the third spot.
Eric Jones showing some good speed in that 43 car today. Watched him early in the race drive through some of the cars in the back half of the field. Thought if he got this track position, they might be able to hang on to it, but he's got some tough competition around him as Reddick closes in on the back bumper and goes to the bottom of the racetrack.
And just moments ago, Parker was able to chat with Josh Berry after he got out of the car. And was out
Bubba's worked his way back in the top 10. He was one of the guys that pitted there.
Josh Berry released for
Bell's under the 48 for the lead.
Turn 3 and 4. Any warning that the car was coming around?
Yeah, no idea. Just wild restarts here and just trying to learn as much as I can, and just got loose there, back to the wall. So just hate it that we didn't get to run all the laps today because that was the main goal.
Traffic or just aero effects or just no warning, just looking mechanical wreck?
Yeah, really, I'd have to go back and watch it. Obviously, it's a lot to learn here with everything going on back there. So let us go back and look and learn and see what I can do better.
Here comes Bell, looking to take the lead away from Bowman.
Been able to get
I love that paint scheme on the 48. That's nice.
of the 48, but just not able to get up alongside of him right here though. Look at him trying to side draft just
It's
a little
bringing
bit.
Hamlin right to both of them.
Side.
Not that I'm going to win any money on lap 65 of a 200-lap race.
Gonna be able to race off in a turn one.
Oh, Bell! No! Oh, Christopher Bell again wrecks himself. My God. How many weeks in a row is this now? Okay, he didn't at Richmond. But like 3 of the last 4 races, this guy's just taking himself out.
We're rolling, guys.
He was trying to drive into turn one, just take the line away, right? And the 48.
Jesus, man.
Not having it.
Credit to the 48 for saying, fuck you, you ain't taking this.
Denny Hamlin fast, approaching on both those drivers. I don't know if that
Did they
is
take
rubbing
the-
air around either one of them, but
Did they take the what out of Walmart?
wanting to maintain that lead and that clean air.
It's so unique.
Remember I said early in the race, Christopher Bell, don't wreck yourself. Challenge impossible.
You know, to the floor, kind of overdrive.
Bell could have been in play for regular season points if not for some of the mistakes he's made
The 48
recently.
gets a run. Bell up the racetrack, trying to take the line away, and again,
Good
a little bit of contact.
wreck avoidance by Denny. Eric Jones into second place there.
We haven't been seeing this with this car. This is
We've not seen this car go this fast.
cars get side by side. There isn't a problem with
We
this
had
car.
193 mile an hour pole speed.
This tire, this racetrack, it has been a challenge.
We haven't
for
seen these
drivers.
cars be this fast and be pushed like this.
And I just think it's catching them by surprise.
While we talk about the right rear quarter panel,
So lucky he
all
didn't
these
wipe the
cars
48
up
out, too.
straight is the old car.
Oh, Michael,
Still
watch
do
that
a lot of
replay.
those side force around that door, right in front of that rear tire, and you wonder if when they get side by
My
side,
Walmart's got
are you
tile because my
able to
Walmart's
jump?
really old.
If the car on the
My
inside
Walmart's
does
like
start
25
with
years
side
old,
force,
so.
there is contact. That's one thing we're seeing in both incidents today that's brought cars around in turn 1 and 2. But I have to imagine that they're, if they
We
are
have tile.
already on edge, and you drop just a little side force out of that car on the inside, if that's some of the product of what we're seeing. But also, I think the 20 is just trying to take the line away.
A lot of attrition. That's a
traditional
5th car on the junk pile in this race. After last week, we had all 36 finished. We got 5 out today.
Jr. to Jeff's point, just think about the names that have spun today on their own. Kyle Busch, Chase Elliott.
Everybody pitting out. See, now this puts everybody back on the same deal. Everybody's pitting here.
The rest of the field comes to pit road, Parker.
I'm kind of surprised by this. Are you guys surprised by this?
Happy that race car is going to be
That
4
everybody pitted?
For him at the middle of your screen, Alex Bowman off the outside there, Christian Bell when he went around. You see that adjustment.
2 tires for
He's been
48.
loose, just right sides, Marty.
Of late, Denny Hamlin's pit crew has been the one that
Watch
best
out for
on
wrecks
pit
on
road
pit
this
road
season.
here with some of these 2-tire stops.
Here comes in second to the car, was pretty good, needs a little better fire off, but
Truex is going to come out second. He did 2 tires as well. Actually, no, Truex did none. Truex and Reddick, no tires. 3 seconds of fuel.
Yeah, Bowman 2 Truex.
I like the two-tire stops. You got to keep the track position.
Take fresh tires on this one. Around goes to 20. Look at the names that are out. Busch, Elliott, Byron, and now possibly Bell.
Yeah, we have floor tile in our Walmart. Our Dollar Generals all have concrete except for 2 of them. The one I work in has tile, and the oldest one over on Main Street has tile because it used to be a grocery store back in the day. But all the new Dollar Generals around here have fucking concrete, and it's hell working in there. Because the one I started at over a year and a half ago is further down the road, and it was just built about 10 years ago, and it's got concrete, and it sucks. Be right back. Yeah, my Walmart, our Supercenter, I think, was built in 99 and opened in 2000. I remember when it opened because we had another Walmart. Where our Walmart used to be is now a Harbor Freight, I think. I think that's what's in that building. And the Supercenter got built over here around 99 or 2000. With a bunch of other stores, and now there's all kinds of shit over there. But I remember when that place was just woods, like it was just a wooded area off the highway. Progress, it's a beautiful thing. Tell you one thing, this race is insane.
Thursday, September 7th.
Oh, September 7th, bring it.
Detroit Lions.
I'm going to get excited about that every time they show it.
Kansas City Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium. That's only on NBC and Peacock. You're watching the Firekeepers Casino 400 on USA. And already we have seen some crazy things happening with playoff contenders. Let's go to the Peacock Pit Box and DJ and Brad.
Well, Brad, this has been something to watch. We talk about the best drivers in the business right here and what we've seen so far. And we talked about the high speeds. Jeff Burton said it many times. When these things are good until they're not. And we saw
I knew it was going to be hard today when Kyle Busch wrecked early.
Yeah, I've been surprised you guys are losing these race cars with minimal contact. Just going into the corner and the car just seems to turn around.
I said yesterday that this would be one of the hardest races to pick all year because of the parity we see on mile-and-a-half or bigger racetracks. I went Hamlin and Larson for my bets.
Yeah, high speed right here. Our pole sitter and going for the lead bell that brought out this latest caution. I don't think that we're finished seeing this type of thing because of the speed, the difficulty of driving this racetrack, and there's so much on the edge. And guys, I'll just let you know, I could probably tell you who the next 3 cautions are going to be because that would end all of my fantasy driving.
Well, DJ, I will be first to tell you that I have 3 in my lineup that are currently out of the race. So we could have an issue today. And it's getting a little bit crazy, too, as we look at the radar and the weather. That could come back into play here.
There's a little bit of rain forming to the southwest of the track. We're 31 laps from halfway.
So today it would be halfway, lap 100. 68 laps complete. I didn't think the intensity.
Our old Kmart is now half Planet Fitness, half something else, but I can't remember the thing that's over there now. Bowman, Reddick, Larson, Truex, Cindric, and Blaney. Cindric quietly, top 10, having a good race. Let's get to 48, a rain short and win, and make the playoffs. Big push from Larson to Reddick. That's going to get Reddick the lead. Yeah, Reddick's got it. Clear up, clear up. You can take it. Of course, I can't see him because there's a big fucking Toyota logo on the screen. Yeah, Reddick cleared to 48. 30 laps to halfway this time. Calm down. We got to get this race finished. Oh, Corey. Running Blaney up the damn track. Almost took him out. Blaney had the presence in mind to not get pissed off and hook him. Corey waved at him to apologize, I think. I saw Corey's hand coming out the window. Probably saying, shit, I'm sorry. That just took Blaney right out of the top 10. This is nuts. I don't want this race to end early because of weather. This is too good. Truex into third. There's the best car. He's back in the top 3.
He's able to drift up in front of him, take that air off the nose.
Blaney is making more contact down the front straightaway with the 7. Got on the outside of it, drove down the racetrack. Still upset about what happened back there a lap ago.
Blaney's making sure he punishes Corey.
Behind him as we see him now get close to the back bumper of Brian Blaney.
Vortex theory, stay green.
Here as he gets to the outside. Now this is the first accident. This is the first little situation. So Blaney gets to the outside, 7 gets loose, they make contact, and this is just after that a lap later. And Blaney, he's like, I'm mad at you, man. I'll let you go.
48 looks like a speed bump in front of the 19.
Now we're hearing a little bit of precipitation.
A little rain in turns 1 and 2. Might have to put it out.
Right on board here, we'll see.
I'd rather it get stopped before halfway than after halfway. And then they'd race to darkness if it lasts too long. All the spotters were yelling for rain.
Down there, 1 and 2.
Starting to sprinkle on the front stretch. I'll give you the earliest warning I can.
I'll give you the earliest warning I can as we see Eric Jones once again to the inside now as he tries to get by Austin Cindric. They go into turn 1.
It would suck to have to come back tomorrow to only run like 110 laps or whatever. Caution for rain.
We'll see if that's for NASCAR.
I think it is.
Precipitation.
Not at halfway though, so we're cool.
On the racetrack, so
We're on lap 74.
So much speed here, over 200 miles per hour.
And it's just such a large facility, right, Jeff? I mean, we're standing here at the start-finish line, but, over there off turn 2, you just can't miss it, right? I mean,
you can see rain on the camera down the backstretch.
Go back and do that Daytona race where the rain caused the big wreck. Well, the only thing you can do is try not to make the same mistake. So, as frustrating as this is for all of us, especially the fans sitting in the stands with 25 laps to go to halfway, I think what they have to do, this is what I was talking about, down at turn 1, rain on the window, rain on the camera, and it's, I don't know, 15, 20, I mean, everyone in the entire front half of the field, the only car that gets through Austin Dillon, or at least the only car
Bubba almost made it through that shit at Daytona last year.
Yeah, Steve, after this, NASCAR looked at how do they do it better, and so they put.
They're really cautious with it now, except for that Xfinity race at Charlotte, where it rained for 30 goddamn laps. When I was sitting there, I was like, damn, they're not going to throw the caution, are they?
But have decided, hey, look, let's just put people out there. They start seeing it come in. Let's throw the caution before the rain gets to the racetrack. That was in response to this, and also New Hampshire. We had a similar situation in New Hampshire. They dropped the green flag. It started raining in turn 1. After 2 times, and multiple times throughout the sport's history. How can you do it better and a change to that process?
It looks good in 3 and 4, but I think when you go down the front stretch, it's when the rain starts to pick up.
With the DoorDash, Bubba Wallace, an onboard camera, and you can see a little more of the precipitation that's on the camera lens.
And they're all still required to save fuel.
Bringing everybody down pit road already.
Ally on board.
They're coasting on the pit road.
And he's got to shut down.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not an official race. This is
So
fine.
bringing him onto pit road. As there is rain picking up in 1 and 2.
Yeah, the turn 1 and 2 is, I think, the center of the corners pretty damp.
So for the second time today, they have been brought onto pit road after they had been on the track, and precipitation has brought them onto pit road. We'll see if they bring the covers out.
I'm always interested to see where the drivers, if they do have to get out of the car, who they go talk to at this point. Because now
Think Ryan Blaney's going to go talk to Corey LaJoy?
You run into yourself, get cut off, cut some people off. You know, so now it's like.
They want to keep our eye on that 12 of Ryan Blaney.
I see rain coming through the window on the 48. So
I will tell you, if I wrote down everybody that cut everybody off, I'd be out of ink by now. I mean, it is the level of acceptable.
I can't believe Christopher Bell's car is still in this race. I didn't realize it until he just pulled on pit road right now.
Here on NBC, sitting up in this booth watching racing here at Michigan, and every year these restarts get more and more intense, and this year is no different.
Yeah. You see the 20 of Christopher Bell. He was at the back of that second line. A lot of damage to the back of that, but he was out on.
Well, here we are again, folks.
Caution for precipitation here at Michigan.
I'm not going anywhere just yet. I'll hang around until we know for sure that it's completely fucked. Might play some NASCAR Rivals and y'all can listen to me bitch at that. I should be here unless they lose the track and then they got to spend at least an hour drying it. So I'm hanging around for now. Headset over here. Press on a button. You guys aren't going to be able to hear anything but the occasional tapping, but I'm plugging up my drum kit right now. Because I'm just going to sit here and fiddle around on this thing while we watch rain delay coverage, I guess. You guys can listen to Parker Kligerman fish for drama. Because I guarantee you they are going to run right over and interview Ryan Blaney and Corey LaJoy. Or one of the two.
So how does Sunday brunch at Fenway Park sound? You can do it next weekend. Get the day started with the Detroit Tigers, Boston Red Sox on MLB Sunday. Lead off streaming live at 11:30 a.m. Eastern exclusively on Peacock.
Come at me, greatest.
I see umbrellas.
In baseball, Fenway Park.
Okay.
I'm not going to say the greatest team, my favorite team. I'm not going to.
You're going to say the stadium.
Oh, Fenway Park is without a doubt.
Okay.
They got the camera on Blaney. They're getting ready.
Watch while you're there.
So I like the new seats on top of the Green Monster. Those weren't there when I was a kid, but I got to go back and sit up there, and it's quite a breathtaking view.
Well, out of the cars are the drivers now, and Corey LaJoy under an umbrella. We saw Ryan Blaney walking back to his pit stall and probably to his crew. There he's talking with Harrison Burton as we saw the playoff standings on the left side. And Kim, I believe, has caught up with Martin Truex Jr.
And Martin obviously has a very good car. I didn't hear anything on the radio from you, so how was it?
Yeah, it's really fast. Auto Owners Camp Race we're rocking right now. So strategy was a little weird there. We had to go to the rear, had an issue on the stop, and then just pretty much blasted through the field. So it was a lot of fun. Did a terrible job on that restart. Being connected with the 48. So work on that. But all in all, we got a really good car and gonna have some fun whenever we get this thing finished for sure.
If we finish tonight, hopefully, how will the track change after this?
It's really hard to say, you know. We don't have a lot of experience here with these cars, so last year was its own animal, and probably just gain a little bit of grip and get faster, get more difficult to pass.
All right, that's Martin Truex Jr. feeling confident about what he and his team have here.
So smiles for Martin Truex Jr. and we talked
Blaney and
about
Corey are
Blaney
talking.
And Corey LaJoy.
Blaney's got arms folded. It's pretty cordial.
Let's see how this goes.
So what's for dinner? Well,
Cordial?
yeah, these conversations are important to have. You just go ahead and address it right now. And you can see there's not a lot of anger here. A little bit of grinning and smiling, maybe sarcastic smile, but it's important to have these conversations. Get it over with.
The reason why the discussion was taking place there. Corey LaJoy in the 7, Ryan Blaney in the 12.
Yeah, Corey gets loose, so just a little contact right there. Blaney was just annoyed by that,
Very similar to what we've seen multiple times today, though. We don't really understand why, but today, contact.
Well, this is the second time for Blaney. He's about tired of it.
Yeah.
Two guys get up into him. And he just doesn't
Dale
do
Jr. sounds like he's
things.
losing his voice.
Now he's like, hey, why is everybody, not taking care of me? Why is everybody running me so hard?
Parker has caught up with the guy who scored second right now, Alex Bowman.
Right, he led 19 laps there and then lost the lead on that restart. Martin Truex said he just didn't push you well enough. Is that what happened?
Yeah, the 5 did a phenomenal job pushing Reddick by us. So, bummed to obviously lose the lead there, but we have a pretty decent race car. We need long runs. I just feel like the short run balance we really don't have, but I feel like on the long run stuff will be really good. So, who knows when we race? I think we were hoping for a lot of sunshine for our Ally 48 Camaro. I feel like we came here with a lot of downforce stacking the cars, so the short run's tough, but we'll keep working at it. We're not out of it yet, and having a good day so far.
Saw the Christopher Bell in the 20 spin underneath you.
We're getting Sonic because they got $1.99 milkshakes.
Yeah, it's like he entered and I wasn't even there. I got really high into this, like the PJ1 that's not run in yet, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna crash, so I lifted, and then he's crashing beneath me. I'm like, dang. So he must have just got really loose in, which I feel like, it's a little bit windy, and these cars are super sensitive to how you kind of set the car in the corner and the pitch of the car. So yeah, glad I didn't get collected in that, but yeah, that was hectic for sure.
I know you guys are a little tight on fuel if we get this rig going to get to this end of this stage, but obviously stage points very important, being 42 points out going into this race, and in position if we're maybe racing halfway to go for a win. How do you balance all that here?
Yeah, it's certainly tough, but the good news is I just gotta drive it. There's a lot of smarter people working on it than me.
That's what we do best as drivers, Kim, right? Just drive it.
And we saw the conversation between Ryan Blaney and Corey LaJoy, and it was lengthy, and it looked like maybe it had wrapped up. The two had kind of parted and looked like they were going to walk away from each other, and then Ryan came back. I don't know if Corey said something as they walked away, or if Ryan rethought something that he needed to tell Corey, but they did part, but they are back together talking again. So we'll hopefully get an update from Ryan to see.
I'm trying to read the Blaney LaJoy conversation. I think they're both trying to be nice, but it's on the verge of escalating, but they're just too nice of guys to get really pissed at each other.
AJ Allmendinger, who's 15th right now. So what do we feel about this race car? You're just telling me that maybe doesn't have the speed, but you're handling fine compared to all these cars spinning out.
Yeah, it's just if we could get some clean air, I think we'd be okay. But our new Green Ag Solutions Farm Smart Chevys, we got speed, or we got handling in it. It's just a little bit draggy down the straightaway, and makes it tough to get checked up. And they got massive runs on you. As you can see, everybody's pretty aggressive. So we're just trying to put ourselves in a good spot there, and I think if we get some clean air running, it'd be okay, but it just gets so stacked up. It's tough racing out there right now.
A tackle race like this, maybe you don't have the fastest car, but you're seeing some of your competitors there on the playoff bubble have issues. There's wrecks happening. People are spinning out. Do you go into conservation mode? Do you do something different in that sense?
You're just trying to make smart decisions. You know, it's one of those things that you know, you go down there door to door, side by side, in the corner, and the bottom car could have issues. You know, you gotta play the aggressive versus patience game. And right now, I'm trying to be just very patient, and trying to just get the best finish that we can.
They have had a camera on Blaney and Corey for the last 15 minutes.
Very pregnant at home, and she might be having our child here very soon. So hopefully, for many reasons, the fans, all of us, and my health's sake, I get home in time.
Very impressive. You can focus on racing at the same time.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm pretty talented, so you know, it's one of those things. Yeah, it's tough thinking about one thing, let alone a couple things.
These drivers, guys, they are very impressive. Being able to multitask like that. Team Naked.
Tara, I know he is thinking about you. Obviously, she is with AJ and Tara expecting their first child.
Can't believe AJ's just now becoming a father.
This week.
Blue Sky, cold and smooth survival skills. Stop. Leaves a 3.
Well, I put my
leaves a
remote.
3.
There it is. I'm not playing anything. I'm just kind of drumming and making noise over here, but oh shit, Van Halen. Some of the preset drum kit sound effects they have on this thing are downright hilarious. Let me see. It's like way too deep. Make hip-hop tracks with this fucking snare sound. Doesn't look like the rain's gonna get worse. I don't see anybody leaving the stands.
Has let up right now. We saw a conversation a moment ago, by the way, Ryan Blaney and Corey LaJoy after their run-in. Multiple run-ins on the racetrack. Cam has caught up with Corey LaJoy.
Yeah, lengthy conversation, Marty. So sum up that conversation between you and Ryan for us.
Ryan Blaney, Clark's on the couch watching right now because he got his appendix removed. We were talking about kickball. You know, what position he wants to play. You know, is feeling pretty good with his kick right now. No, he was mad. Racing in the top 10 there. piece of asphalt on the racetrack is raceable asphalt. So a little bit of that's education for me of like that aggressive guys who have fast cars will put you in a bad spot, and I'm going to be a bit more defensive to not allow myself to get put in those situations. So I think that I'm learning as I'm going here, especially racing the top 10 playoff guys. And I learned a lesson there, and luckily it didn't cost both my car as well as his car, and we were able to continue and put us by an 8-ball a little bit, but I still feel really good about our car.
And we did ask for Ryan Blaney to give a comment. He refused. Still very heated and fired up in that conversation in that on-track incident with Corey LaJoy.
Man, NBC's going to hate Ryan Blaney forever now.
Jarrett and Brad Daugherty joining you, by the way. DJ, I want to ask you about the point that Corey LaJoy just made. Said, I'm learning running in the top 10, way different. He has one of the better cars he's had really all year long. He has to take advantage of every opportunity. But how different is it running in the top 10 versus running further back in the pack?
Well, it's certainly a difference in who you're racing around and racing with and what's expected up there and how things are different inside the top 10. But two drivers disagree about real estate on the racetrack is nothing. I think for 75 years this has been going on. So you understand both. But look at the side of it. He's got one of the, as you just pointed out, one of the better cars. He has to take advantage of these opportunities to do that. Now, he doesn't want to make other drivers, and especially
Y'all really just sitting here listening to me doing nothing?
he does have to do what is best for him and his race team there. And again, drivers are going to disagree about this, and they'll both forget it and move on.
Yeah, you got it. Corey LaJoy, this was one of the best interviews I've ever seen. He took a lot of credit, or he took the blame. He put it on himself. So I made some mistakes that I'm trying to learn from. So he was trying to talk to Blaney about as a teaching moment. And I love this, but what he's learned from this is, that's what he says. He has to be defensive a little bit when he's got that great race car, not let those guys put him in that position. I love to hear this because this young man is.
You want Reddick to win? Dude, I need to start playing Rocket League. That's like the perfect game for me, and I've never played it.
All right, DJ, we hear about the new NASCAR, the new respect level, how you have to race differently these days. Steve and the guys just talked about it a moment ago. If you would have been raced this way back when you were winning championships, how would that have gone?
I race people the way they race me. We'd be back at it, And we would have discussions, and if it needed to go past discussion, we'd have that. I was always told if you need to take it past the discussion, then do it in the motorhome lot, because they had no jurisdiction on what goes on over there. But you gotta race. It is definitely a different time, and I'm not condemning what they're doing. It's just you have to be aggressive in this business at this point in time. If you're not, you're going backwards, and you're not going to have a job.
Ross Chastain's a great example of that. He's made everyone adjust to him. Everybody's been playing all Ross for the last couple of years. Well, they know now we're talking about he's one of the greatest at keeping him blocking the air and all that type of stuff. He's made the field adjust to him. I say the same thing for Corey LaJoy. Keep racing hard. Let's give that 47 a little break.
Well, Denny Hamlin made the point. Yeah, you're right, right? Denny Hamlin made the point after the Kyle Larson thing. He said, I decided after all the Ross Chastain run-ins, no more. I was going to be the guy on the offensive end. So is that how you have to be, DJ, to be a winning race car driver in this day and age?
I think you have to be. Yeah, it's always been, and there is still an amount of respect that you have to show out there. Just trying to take advantage of everyone, that's not going to fly very far there. You're going to get yourself in a situation that a lot of people don't like, and you're going to make it miserable for you. But you have to race hard constantly out here. The field is so competitive now, and again, to win these races, you got to show another level of aggression in trying to get there. And even in a case like Corey LaJoy, he's trying to get a top 10 for himself, and that takes that level of aggression also.
For me, the greatest example of it is Joey Logano. When he left Joe Gibbs Racing, and it was washed out, and everybody was all, on his case. Then he gets over.
Yeah, I better stop fucking around with these drones before I get disgustingly sweaty, because I'm not running a fan right now, and I'm sitting in my leather fucking gaming chair, and I will have swamp ass here in a few minutes if I don't stop. So how are we feeling? Who's gonna win? Probably Martin Truex Jr. That'd be my pick so far.
Yeah, Marty, and as we see a lot of these
Goddamn
cars
race ever gets going.
losing the rear, that has not been the case for Ryan Preece. You've actually just said your car is tight.
I got a milkshake from Sonic on the way because I'm gonna live a little.
Well for you guys.
Yeah, for restarts, it's actually really good to be able to move around and be aggressive. Now it's just we're in dirty air because we thought a tire. I didn't feel comfortable. I thought I might have been getting a flat, so we had to put 4 on there and give up the track position we had. But definitely really good changes from yesterday to today with the United Rentals Ford Mustang, and just got to get that track position back, and I think we'll be all right.
Talk to me about these restarts. We're having a bit of a discussion about the aggression level you have to have. Some of the drivers taking huge risks. If you have a car you can take advantage with it, don't you have to?
Well, I think that's just a product of what we have to do, right? Like, once we get strung out after 3 or 4 laps in single file, it's really, really difficult to draft up and pass somebody. So, yeah, I think that's why you just see us all being very aggressive.
So how do you get your track?
Ryan Priest is in a better mood today.
That guy on the box.
He's been in a bad mood lately.
Make some pretty interesting calls, but I'll do my best on restarts.
Cam, it was looking a little nice, and then we just got overtaken by a mist over here.
Oh, it's misting.
Yeah, heavy mist, and Chris Buescher
Heavy mist.
gracious enough to stay in that mist to chat with us, running 12th. And I said, "How's your car?" You said it's good, but all things Michigan are keeping you from the front. What's on that list?
Dirty air.
What are all things Michigan? Dirty air, right?
Yeah, we're pretty good.
That's just modern NASCAR at every track.
From the get-go, for the entire weekend, I had some good restarts. My last one wasn't too good. Just didn't make some good choices. So just fighting dirty air, trying to find some lanes to pass. Really wanting that track to widen out like it did for the Xfinity race yesterday. And
I worried that the rain might have taken some of the grip out of the top line on the resin.
just not getting the heat to.
And he said the track's not wide now. I'm noticing that too, especially early in the race. That this looks like a Michigan race from 5 years ago. But then it got a lot crazier than that.
Warm weather. That's maybe a little bit optimistic at the moment.
The cars seem very on edge. We've seen guys lose it already so far in the race in the first half. Do you have to back down your commitment level?
You know how NASCAR's like, we can't call a race till halfway. Chicago Street Course has me thinking they might just say, fuck it, go home. No, they won't do that for a cup race. We still got 300 miles almost left in this thing. Not quite, 125. That'd be 250, Dale. I am from North Carolina. Takes me a minute with math.
The closer we can get to the front, the better that gets, and the more we can start to just peek around a little bit. If we can get to the top 7 or 8, then it feels like all we really need is a fender width. But where we're at right now, I feel like you got to have a whole lane of decent air to keep forward progress, and just haven't been able to find it yet.
If you get that track position, where do you feel like your car shakes out? A winning car, a top 5 car?
I don't know where the 19's at right now, but he was.
The 19's on his own level.
Sure feels like,
Only hope is to bury him deep enough in traffic, so all things Michigan can prevent him from winning.
Play out, but I certainly feel like we're a top 5 car today.
All right, Chris Buescher, sounds like Martin Truex Jr. should watch out. Definitely has a target on his back here amongst the other drivers.
Yeah, Kim, a good day for RFK after the win at Richmond. Brad Keselowski 7th right now. Chris Buescher 12th. Brad, by the way, very upset. The mist is messing with his hair.
My whole lower body shut down.
I know. Brad's all upset about that.
Wet.
As we continue under a rain delay here in Michigan.
I watched my first race yesterday.
Don't make me plug my speakers in and start drumming out loud. If I get bored enough, I will. I want to play GTA later, which I'm going to. I don't have to work tomorrow. I can play whatever the fuck I want and stay up as late as I want, but got plans with the boys later. We're going to play GTA. It's the plan anyway. So I wish it would just fucking wash this race out, to be honest with you, and come back tomorrow morning at like 11 a.m. or something. According to Twitter, they've lost the track. I'm about to check the weather forecast again, even though this is one of those days where checking the forecast don't do much, because it's all about pop-up showers and stuff on the radar you can't even see that makes it to the ground. So, Brooklyn, Michigan weather. Fog, it says. Looking on my phone because Google Chrome hates weather.com for some reason. see the hourly. It's saying 15% chance of rain. Well, obviously it's fucking raining right now. There is nothing on the fucking radar, but it's raining. So weather forecast is useless right now. It's all about whatever's happening on screen.
Back at Michigan under red flag for rain. Tyler Reddick leading with 74 laps.
Okay, guys, I'm going to get out of here again because they've lost the track. And I will be back for this race whenever it resumes. I don't want to sit here and just be silent and not have nothing to talk about. So, I'll see you guys later. If anything, for GTA Online, we're going to play video games later if you want to hang out. But until then, until we meet again, which is hopefully soon.